falling too deep. Why you so quiet? Talking is cheap. I never holler, never practice. Like a piano, I need the G's. I need the SP, just wanna Rari, just wanna Rari. Yeah. SP, just wanna Rari, just wanna Rari. Yeah. SP, just wanna Rari, just wanna Rari, just wanna.
Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of your girlfriend's favorite podcast. Of course it's episode 32, but you know that because you clicked the link. So, today it's Caesar, Zandi, and myself, Asani. Ips is not here, she's not going to be here for a while. She's on a bit of a leave, an unpaid leave, paid leave. I don't really know.
Nobody gets paid here.
I don't know how the contracts work. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get right into it, man. I ain't got much to say except for like, comment, and subscribe, of course. Yes, I almost forgot that. Yeah, so show us your support, comment, subscribe, like, dislike even if you have to. Just interact. I don't care. I'd appreciate your interaction with us. It's important to get that.
Definitely. And follow us on Rumble. There's this new thing called Rumble that we got introduced to. Guys, check it out, download it, and follow us on that. We're going to be uploading vlogs and a whole lot of cool shit on that.
Yes.
So, yeah, without further ado, how's everybody today?
I'm nice.
You nice, eh?
I'm nice.
Nice. Zenda, how you doing?
I'm a bit tired, but
Same.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit tired too.
Why are both of you tired? Both of you guys arrived at the same damn time.
No, she knows. I'm sick of this dude.
I've been standing outside and you didn't answer.
You didn't?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyways, what do you guys want to get into, man? Let's talk about some shit. How was your week?
It was alright. I can't complain. I mean, yeah, I just had a normal week. Going to school, went home, rode the bus. That was about it.
Do you like riding the bus?
No, every morning I'm in the bus, I'm like, I can't wait to not be broke anymore.
I love the bus, dude. Like, I think even when I get my car, I'm still gonna be on the bus, dude. Like it's peaceful.
No slight to the people on the bus, but when I look at those old and middle-aged people on it, I'm always like, I don't want to be your age having to ride the bus. Like, I always look at, in my head, I don't want to get to this age that you're at in your 40s.
Right.
And still have to ride the bus. This can't be life for a nigga. You know, like,
no, but a lot of people do it by choice. I mean,
yeah, some people do it. It's economic. Like, they have cars.
They have cars, yeah.
Work is literally on the bus's route.
Yeah,
so.
it just makes more sense. Like driving a car to work every day doesn't seem like the wise option.
I mean, in first world countries, public transport's the main use. People actually don't use private cars. They just take trains, buses.
That's true.
Or bicycles.
Yeah.
That's a very Netherlands thing. They only ride bicycles down there.
Yeah, man. Must have strong calves.
No wonder when Percy's legs are so big. Pause. Not checking out a man's legs. But anyways, let's get into a topic here, man.
Alright.
I was thinking about like how sensitive our era is, dude. When did this social justice warrior era really start?
Circa 2013.
2013.
2012, 2013. Things started to shift a bit,
Yeah.
I feel.
Definitely, dude. Because I know I was old enough to know that, like, for instance, some jokes were allowed and some television commercials were allowed. But if you were to do some of those things right now, there'd be like huge backlash.
I just know that it really became a big thing in like 2016.
Why is it?
Like I think like 3 years ago, like a lot of things just started getting cancelled. Like Twitter shifted.
Twitter, yeah.
They changed like on that social media platform in 2014 and 15 to 2016 and 17 was huge.
Yeah.
People were like saying whatever they wanted, no filter, making all kinds of jokes. And then 2016 happens and people are like, you can't say that anymore. It's not right.
But like, who are you to say what I can and cannot say, dude? Like,
Well, if it's gonna hurt me, then don't say it. If I say to you, you are a mean person, you fat, you chubby, you black, and no one wants you in this world, are you gonna?
Who said this to you? I not like a real attack on you.
Yeah.
No, we just need to be nice to each other. Honestly.
Yeah.
But do you not fear that dark humor is going to fall away?
It is, but you know, yeah. My friends had a meeting for me last year and they said I'm mean, I'm evil, and I think I'm better than them because I use dark humor whenever we speak to each other. So ever since then...
You use dark humor when you speak to them. Give us an example. How do you use dark humor when you
Like
speak?
the one
You
time-
give them shit, like you bag on them.
Yeah, like one time she was wearing her dad's cap, right?
Shooting your
It was
dad.
like that NY cap.
Right.
So it looked nice on her and she hardly ever wears caps. And she was glowing, you know, her outfit was matching with the cap. So I'm like to her, oh, you look nice, whose cap is that? And she's like, it's my dad's. I'm like, oh, it's nice. Makes you look like you have money. Oh, got sensitive, you know. Plus at that stage she was going through like financial difficulties.
Oh.
So yeah, and then she took it to heart.
That's a low blow, fam.
You see, it's not nice.
But did you know that she was going through financial
Yes,
troubles
I
at the
knew.
time? Yeah, that's pretty dick of you.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
no, but
not
it's not the first time I've said that to her. It's not the first time, and we say it to each other all the time.
Okay, she was going through financial difficulties at that time. Is she someone that has money?
Yes,
She's someone that has money.
yes.
But she was going through a rough patch and you decided that that was the opportune moment to make a financial crisis joke.
Okay, I guess I was wrong.
You were wrong. Did you apologize to her?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's all that really matters at the end of the day.
She was crying, so I kind of had to apologize to her.
Well, what I mean by this social justice warrior thing is like, women are far more sensitive than they've ever been. Gays are far more sensitive than they've ever been. Black people, we're way more sensitive than we've ever been to the racial jokes and stuff. All these marginalized groups have exaggerated sensitivity for some reason now. I'm trying to understand where it comes from.
I think because we are vulnerable groups, like,
Yeah, but what makes it more sensitive now than it was 10 years ago?
I think people
Or 5 years
now
ago.
have just decided to speak out against things, like the hashtag #MeToo movement, things like that. People now have found it in themselves to speak out against injustices against them.
Right.
So people no longer just want to take a backseat like it's fine. It's just the way things are. We're like, no, I actually want to fight back. I want to protect myself, protect other people in my group. So I think that's what's happening right now.
Do you think we've always been this sensitive, or social media is making it seem as if we're more sensitive? Like everybody has a voice now.
I think social media definitely changed the world, the way the world works. If I look at the way people are perceived nowadays, like from normal people all the way to celebrities, because of social media, we kind of have more access to people's lives. So people might be doing stuff that people in the 90s were doing, right? And the guys in the 90s didn't get any slack for it because we couldn't see it. They weren't live, being on live, tweeting it.
Everybody's just at home angry in
Yeah.
their own spaces.
But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
people are showing us their lives.
Right,
So we
right.
get to be angry and talk about it, and everyone has an opinion that can be seen by the world. So yeah, I think social media definitely has heightened the like look of it.
Yeah. So we're perceived to be more sensitive. Meanwhile, we've always felt
We've
always felt this way.
I definitely think so.
Social media is the devil.
It can be, but like we're saying, it's giving people a voice to actually voice their opinion. So as bad as it can be, it's giving you a chance to combat the hate. You know what I mean? It's what was I gonna say? Gays. Gays, have they always been this sensitive for real though? Like, I feel like now gays are getting like the nice treatment compared to a couple of years ago.
I don't know.
You don't see it though.
The thing
You
is
don't
that
think people are
I
more
don't
tolerant now?
really know too many people from LGBTQTIA.
I'm just talking about from like a corporate point of view because you know when they had Gay Pride Month, for instance, all these brands were modifying their logos with the gay pride rainbow, for example.
Yeah.
So like even corporations are embracing the gays now. It's not like they're not excluded from society anymore. That's why I perceive that like
I don't know. I think
we're getting a better treatment.
I don't think it's better because if I look at the world, right, you still have countries where you can get jailed for being gay. You still have places where you get killed. Not even just jail, you actually get murdered by your community.
That's true.
For being gay.
But you don't think it's getting better?
I don't think.
Because
I think it's getting better in first world countries. I'll say that. I think in first world economies and countries it's getting better. Because this is a theory I have, right? In countries where the economies and things are okay, so your first world countries,
right.
People are not hungry. People are fed, they have shelter.
Right.
So now worrying about human rights becomes a thing. We can work on giving people rights. In Africa, in our countries, people are hungry. People don't have shelter. They don't care about gay rights, these rights. They're like, bro, we are poor, we don't have food to eat. Human rights are the least of our needs. Do you know what I mean? So,
but human rights,
that's why I feel like in first world countries, it looks like it's progressive.
Right.
But on the ground for the 80% of the world, because first world countries are already like 20% or less of the world.
Yeah.
The rest of us, it is not improving. It's still just as shit as it's ever been. Because we've got as a whole a lot of other things to deal with.
I don't think so though, because I asked this because this week I read that Botswana legalized gay marriage. So that's like close to home, we can see it already. South Africa, gay marriage is legal already here too.
Yeah.
So I see it like there is progress, and like even in those countries where they're still a bit backwards, they at least talk about gay marriage openly. Even if it's not in the nicest way. Remember, gay conversations used to be taboo. You couldn't even speak about it in some of these countries.
Yeah.
But now they're actually talking about it on news and mainstream media in those countries. Even that fucking video. I've got gay rights activist here, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, that news report.
Why are you gay?
I remember.
Who says I'm gay? You are gay. So that's like, they can actually have that open conversation now, whereas 10, 15, 20 years ago you couldn't.
Yeah.
So in some ways it is getting better, but I mean, yeah, some people are still losing their lives because of their sexuality.
I feel like on the ground,
right,
it's not getting better. But I feel like on your corporates and your TV and stuff, it's getting better.
But it needs to start there because those are the influencers. Remember, people follow media, people follow corporate brands. So if it starts there, it shows the rest of us like it's okay. If Nike has a gay advert, a gay rights advert for instance, an athlete that's sponsored by Nike comes out as gay, and then it's like, dude, it's okay to be gay, and Nike is actually personally advocating for that type of thing. It would change everybody's like opinions about gayness, dude. Like a lot of people can't even come out to their parents about being gay, for instance.
But I think it does separate people, though. If we look at what happened last year with the Gillette ad.
What happened? Refresh my memory.
Gillette, so the shaving company, they put out an advert. Basically, they just put out an advert telling men that boys can cry, you don't need to be dicks. Like, they put out an advert saying be good human beings.
Right.
Say, don't be misogynist, don't be homophobic, all of this.
Yeah.
And that they're changing what the view of a man should be. Basically, just saying be a good person. And boy, did men lose their minds. The men were literally posting videos saying, fuck you, Jeanette, I'm never using your shaving company again. What nonsense are you preaching to me and my son? What do you mean? This is not manly. Throwing their shavers in the toilet. Men are literally going to clog their pipe system in their house for bigotry against. Like, that was how wild it was. There was literally a hashtag saying, like, something along the lines of against Gillette, that millions of men were doing because they felt Gillette had attacked them personally. They felt their manhood was attacked by Gillette.
But that just strikes me as very insecure men, bro. Like,
no, I'm just saying that that's the ground level.
Yeah,
the corporate level
yeah,
was Gillette doing that ad.
Yeah.
But the ground level in the communities was men saying this is bullshit. This is not what we believe in. Do you know that? That's why I'm saying it's so far apart that you can put the media out, the ads, the campaigns, but the real ground level in the communities, men just look at it and they go, this is absolute nonsense.
Are you one of those people? What do you think about gay rights?
I think human rights in general, we should all be on a level playing field. Whether you're gay, straight, I don't care what you are, whether you're brown, black, or white.
I think countries that are still against the whole gay rights thing should focus on giving those rights to people, not focus on giving those rights to people, just let them live their lives and focus on the real issues, instead of the other way around. Don't focus on, this guy's a champ for that. Don't focus on feeding everybody and still jailing gay people. Like, where are your priorities there? Why don't you just give them their rights and carry on doing whatever needs to be done to make the economy stronger? It's like, it's bad. They're twisted. Their mentality is twisted.
Do you guys think it's going to get better as time goes?
I'm hoping. I mean, there's no telling. I'm hoping.
I'm a firm believer that in order to make people happy, you first need to meet their human needs. I had a debate about this before, people in my classrooms and stuff, and I said, people will not have time for human rights and gay rights and all these things if they are hungry and don't have shelter and don't have jobs. I said, people really won't give a damn about that. We need to first fix that aspect of our society. Then we can tackle the human rights. I actually advocate that I would much rather live in a society where it's a dictatorship if I knew that everyone in our thing was not poor. If I knew that everyone had basic education, had food, had shelter, I would not give a damn if it was a dictatorship ruling over us. But with democracy, where minimal people have the means and the majority are broke and poor, rights to me are the least thing we need. That's just my opinion.
But you don't think self-expression is a basic human right?
I think it should be, but
no, it is. It's in our rights and responsibilities. Self-expression rights and responsibilities. Self-expression should be a thing. So you being gay should be the least of your country's worries. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be a debate of having to give people those rights.
That
should be their innate right. That's what I'm saying.
That's facts. It should never, like you're saying, be a thing that we give it to someone.
Exactly. It should be just like, okay, you're gay, let's move on. Like, it shouldn't be, oh, you're gay, prison, jail time. Like, that's just a waste of taxpayer money as well, because we're paying for people in jail to live as well.
Yeah.
Like there are bigger things to worry about.
It shows how humans are flawed, though. That
we're not reasonable beings, dude. We're not rational.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
This is
why
last year.
they teach us this in school.
Yeah. But it's crazy that humans can be divided on things such as sexuality and religion.
I think the sexuality thing has a great deal to do with religion. A lot of these countries that are very Christian and very Muslim in Africa have firm anti-gay beliefs. They have strong stances on it, but I don't want to go down that wormhole because that'll just turn into another thing. What do you guys want to discuss?
I wanted to talk about some classic topic. We talk about that marriage, man.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So what, do you guys want to get married maybe? Why are you always talking about marriage?
I'm okay with marriage. I don't mind. I don't want to get married.
I want to get married.
You want to get married now?
I said I don't want to get married. I just said I don't want to get married.
Yeah. Do you want to get married one day?
It's okay. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, I'm not going to beat myself up about it.
That's lies. You go beat yourself up about it.
She's still a
No, as long as I have like a life partner, then I know that this is my man. At the end of the day, he comes home to me. Okay? Yeah. That's all I need.
So yeah, I want to talk about something that popped up this week. So I was at school, we have a classmate, she's Muslim. Someone told us she's actually getting married. I asked a very stereotypical question, which I know is problematic. I said, is it an arranged marriage? But I said it as almost like as a joke, but also as a serious thing.
You knew though.
No, I knew it was racist. But at the same time, I was also like genuine, like it could be.
It could be,
It could be.
that's true. That's true.
Culture she's coming from.
Right.
So then someone was like, that's racist. and then they were like, but no, it's not an arranged marriage. Like she met the guy and everything, so it's not like that. And then we actually just got into the talking about that whole thing of arranged marriages. And someone, one of my classmates said that arranged marriages, the statistics show that people in arranged marriages have a lower rate of separation and divorce and report higher levels of marriage happiness further down the line into their marriages. There's people who get married in the Western conventional way.
Yeah.
Like I meet you on a date and go out and date and get married.
But I wouldn't oppose that. I haven't seen the statistics for myself, but I'm perfectly happy with arranged marriages if it leads to happiness down the line. I don't mind that at all, dude. It just seems oppressive in those countries, like you don't get to choose your own partner. It just seems oppressive. But if it leads to a happier life down the line, then who am I to say shit, bro? I'm down with that.
Do you guys believe in divorce?
Yeah, I believe in it.
I mean, if you're unhappy, you're unhappy, bro. You gotta separate.
I don't see why you would keep yourself in an unhappy union. Like that's not good for your health.
It's not, dude. But then it's because of cultural and religious things. Once again, they tell you shouldn't leave your person, dude. Once you're there, you're there. Especially in black culture, that happens a lot. They say that a lot. You don't get divorced. You guys can live in 2 different houses all you want, but you don't divorce.
You know, I actually told my mom, I was like, look, you guys come from your generation, I'm from my generation.
I'm gonna do things my way, dude.
If I need to leave my partner, if it ever gets to that point, I would do it.
Yeah.
Because I have to look out for my own mental health, my own happiness at the same time.
For sure.
But I definitely do think that I would try to work things out. If I was in marriage and it was going a bit south, I would try seek marriage counseling, all the things first. Like divorce would be my last option.
It's the last option, of course. Yeah, you gotta, especially when you know that this is somebody that you love, and maybe you don't feel like that you're in love with them. All it needs is like something to reignite that spark. You can do what you gotta do just to make it work, bro.
You can't just get divorced at the first sign of things.
Nah.
You'll be like, this bitch burnt the chicken.
I'm out of here. She gave me a small piece of chicken. I'm out of here.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Nah.
You believe in it, right? Or not really?
Nah, not really.
So if you get married, it's there. You're sticking it through.
It's done. So because you basically lied to me when you were exchanging vows.
How? Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me
When
how.
you're exchanging vows, there's a part that says, till death do us part, right?
So you're saying it's either he dies or
Or you kill him.
you gotta die or you won't kill him.
No, I won't kill him, but obviously when he dies. Oh, my mom was very happy when my father passed away. She was like ecstatic. She was like, thank you, Jesus. He is God and I don't have to deal with him anymore. It is very sad, but I mean, you try, guys. You try. You don't just. I feel like today's generation is just, it gives up easily.
Nah, that's
Too
facts,
easily.
dude. I wasn't even married, but when I was in a relationship, I gave up way too easily. My past couple of relationships, I can say that for sure. I gave up really easily, but also I'm impatient. So if shit doesn't sort itself out quickly, I'm out of there, bro. That's just a problem. But enough about me. What about you? Why did you bring up arranged marriage, bro?
No, it's just because that topic came up.
Yeah, that's deep.
I was just actually wondering how people feel about it.
Did you feel like the villain when you asked that question?
What issue? Because getting an arrangement.
Yeah.
I did not. No, my thing is that I was unapologetic about it. Like when they said that's racist, I was like, yeah, I know it's a racist question, but I was like, it's a genuine one because we know this stereotypically. We know this that people come from Muslim backgrounds, stuff sometimes are in arranged marriages.
It's not racist. It definitely is like a prejudice thing
Yeah.
to say, or discriminatory in some way, but it's racist.
But I think it was a genuine question to ask, because I was just curious, like.
Bruh, if you meant it with those intentions, then I guess only you would know that, but to other people it's gonna come off like, God damn, man. Like, God damn it. Alright, Zandi, anything to add?
You guys know it's easy for a woman to fall in love with someone.
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Like, do you mean like they find them attractive, or they just don't see love qualities
I
about
don't
them?
find you attractive, but you have qualities that I want within.
So you fall in love with
So,
the person, but you're still not
yes.
attracted to them.
Yeah,
Is that possible? Can you be in
It
love
is.
without being attracted to someone?
yes, I have before.
And how does it differ from being in love with someone you are attracted to?
It takes time, guys. It takes time.
But
That's interesting.
so is the feeling still the same?
Yeah.
It's just the attraction is different. It's interesting. Actually,
What's up, Dad?
Frizzle's pulling a Joe Biden and us just answering calls on the pod. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like there has to be some sort of attraction. I feel like if your attraction is zero, then you cannot fall in love with them. I feel like there has to be just that's even
Just even if it's like
even if you just like they have nice cheeks. That's
yeah,
it.
they have like a nice smile.
Yeah.
Other than that, you.
Like there has to be something physical, I feel, for it to be fully love. It can't just be like physically they are a complete turn off to you. There has to be at least something that you like, when I look at them, I think that part of them is beautiful. And then you add the rest of the personality qualities and things.
What made you fall in love with Addie? Like, what was it that did it for you?
She's like gorgeous, number one.
Alright.
But then I think also she has a good heart. That was very important. I saw that she is like kind, she's empathetic.
Dude, I find that to be a great thing. So when somebody's just like genuine, like their intentions are all like pure, that's a really big turn off for me.
So for me, that's what attracted me to her. That obviously the looks caught me,
Right.
but then when I got to know her more, I was like, okay, she actually is like she's well mannered. She treats people with respect and all of these things. And I was like, this is a good person.
Damn, man. Yeah. So you struck gold. You got your package. You got the full package. your idea of the full package.
Game.
Alright.
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 Retirement.
Yeah, for real. Let's see that. Alright, let's get into some music, guys. If you don't mind.
Alright.
Anybody got a pick? YouTube people, this is where we part ways momentarily.
Momentarily.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yes. Before we get into the music, let me shout out our sponsors.
Did you just do this?
So our podcast, this episode, like many other episodes, is brought to you guys by Green Wing Code. They are a software development company from Alberton, and they specialize in software development, app development, game development, just your general internet needs for your business. So hit up Green Wing Code in the description so that you can get your business off the ground and on the internet. Alright everybody, that was YBN Corday featuring Ty Dolla $ign. The song's called Way Back Home. Very beautiful song.
For the young niggas, who would you compare him to? Like, what would be his OG that you would compare him to?
His OG for me would be,
He's Kendricky.
Yeah, he's very Kendricky.
He's Kendricky.
He's got bars, but he's got like flows.
Yeah.
He knows how to keep the youth on his side, but also get the old people on his side.
That's what I was gonna say. Because the beats are very new school, obviously.
Yeah.
But he gets the respect from the old guys for like his content matter and stuff like that. I really felt with that kid.
So we're back on the film. Alright, so part two.
I want to get into first Dirty Works. Are you listening to me? I want to know what happened the other week, bro. With the filming mishap that we had. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Hey. Please tell me what was going on there, bro.
Nothing. No.
And a few words.
That was mistake. I thought I pressed the button and I was just, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dirty Works, you're not gonna convince me. Why were you still fiddling your fools off, bro? Nah, it stayed on that ass for too long, bro. You stayed on that ass for way too long. It's okay. Keep your secrets. It's alright, man. It's alright.
You're exposing new Chris Brown, man.
Part 2, what are we talking about? Let's see.
I had something on my docket, I forgot it.
Okay, let's real quick, dude. Monique versus Anela, dude. Who you got?
Monique.
You didn't know. I'm saying, who would you tap first?
Oh, I thought you meant to like host a show or. Yeah. Nah, I'm not tapping either.
Nah, it's dead or death.
I have a preference to not be with big women. So
Yeah, same, dude. It's the same.
I might have to just die.
Why?
I'm just not attracted to them.
It's a preference.
It's just my preference.
You know, I have this one story, dude, of a time, and I'm really opening up to you guys. This happened to me a few years ago. One night at Stone's, I was really drunk, dude, and I'd say quite sexually frustrated as well. And I had this big broad, I was gonna say the wrong word there, and you know, I got with her, right? Naturally, when this type of thing happens, your friends give you real shit for it. So they said Caesar didn't know how big she was until he tried to put his arms around her. And I thought that was a really big thing to say.
That's wild.
I don't even remember the girl, I don't remember her name, I don't remember what she looks like, but I know that she was big. And yeah, that's just a secret that I want to disclose with you guys. But since then, I don't think I've really been with a big girl.
No, for me, it's always just been my preference. I don't have any issue with big people, obese, and whatever.
Right.
Like, I ain't going without your body shaming.
Right.
But it's just my preference. I know what my type is, and I know physically
What you're attracted to,
I
dude.
know what I'm attracted to.
Dude, you shouldn't feel bad for that, dude. When you look at some, like, if we're gonna objectify, which men and women both do, by the way, if you're gonna objectify somebody and you look at them and be like, okay, I'm not attracted to them, that's different to say, fuck, she's ugly, or fuck, she's fat, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's easy to just say, not attracted to you, move on.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nothing wrong with that, saying that.
I mean, although people would think that me as a skinny guy, I might be into big women because that seems to be the wave right now.
Really?
We're seeing a lot of skinny men with thick girls.
I thought that was just a winter thing.
It's the wave right now. It's like those are the couples that are popping up everywhere. It's a big girl and a skinny guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's the wave. But yeah, I know where my preference lies.
Yeah.
In big women. It's not it. I've seen a few big girls where I have been like, okay, well, she's like beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
she, like maybe her facial features. It's
Yeah.
like my type, so
Yeah.
like I get that attraction, but
Right, that happens a lot.
generally it's not there for me. I don't know. What about you, Zandi? Are you into big men?
No, not really.
Pause.
Pause.
I don't understand what the pause is.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. B.I.G.
Yeah.
Sean down. So, not into big men.
Not religious stage, you know. For me, it's about the heart.
It's about the soul. It's about the chakras.
About the
It's
soul
about the energy.
So you're saying you don't.
and the energy.
But surely there are physical things that.
And the skinny, buff-looking ones, the hot ones, are assholes.
Yeah, we got the light skinned ones as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you light skinned niggas.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Alright. What was the actual topic? Get us to this question.
Dirty works being a perv. Me getting with a big chick.
Okay, but
I don't know how I got there. Anyways.
what are your deal breakers when it comes to new relationships?
Oh, I said Monique versus Aneta.
Oh, yes.
You still haven't told me what your answer is. But
I said I'd rather shock. I'd rather die.
you'd rather die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a man of I'm faithful to my values. Episode 29, find out why I'm faithful to my values. So, yeah, I'm faithful to my values, man. I ain't gonna change. Alright,
So what was your question, sorry?
but if it was what I thought you were asking me, Anela Ndota versus Monique from America,
Right.
for presenting or hosting something, for being a comedian at an event,
Right.
I would go with.
I'd go with Monique for the comedy side because she's a comedian
Yeah.
and she's hilarious. But I love Anila's personality
Yeah.
for presenting.
I think
definitely
they're
go
both
with her.
great.
Yeah, they're both
great.
great.
They're both great in their context. In the American context, Monique is great.
No, I never. It's just irritating. Sorry.
She's not bad, man. I think if you listen to her every day, it becomes a bit much.
Why women hate each other. Episode 29.
Episode 1.
You guys like doing this, and I'm gonna address this now. I'm gonna address this now, today.
Address it.
Whenever I say my opinion on something, you always have a comeback. Why is that? Why is that?
So why is that? They're talking to you, bro, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm talking to both of you.
I said nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Because I'm a vocal human being. That's podcasting, you know. You can actually know how your co-hosts respond to you. You're gonna have to like shake it off, you know. You have to do a little two-step. Stuff one looks like a boxing. You know? Box. Yeah.
Do you feel like your voice is not being heard on this podcast?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Alright.
Let's talk.
Yeah, drive us through the second half, actually.
Sometimes
I want you to drive us through the second half.
What do you mean I must drive you through?
Like, give us some topics, give us your opinion, lay down the law to not feel.
You know what I've
like,
noticed with you guys? I'm just gonna be open. I don't have any topics to speak about in general.
This is a topic.
But I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Sometimes I feel like the things that I want to talk about are a bit too serious for you guys, and then you guys you shut down, you know.
Why don't you try it? So?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you wish the nigga
Or you
would?
say
Yeah.
it's boring. Or you say it's boring.
Okay, I'm guilty of that. That's true. But you haven't told us the serious things that you really want to talk about.
Yeah, get into something. Because this is it, drive us through the second half. Okay, everybody, so second half, Zani's gonna drive us through the last part of the show. Come on, take us through. Give us some serious shit. Let the people think deeply. I want people to go into Monday like, oh my god. Oh my god! You know, I want people to go Monday on that shit.
Wow.
Oh, did he get them? Oh.
You know, that's my soundbite. Oh my god!
Deviates from today's plans. That's,
No.
I just wanted to get that out there, and it's been bothering me.
Yes.
This is a free and open
It's been bothering me.
environment.
That's
So
what we say.
You guys are very dominant.
Be strong,
You
Randy.
in my face. You in my face. You know?
Okay.
Mm.
So I'm giving you that chance to drive the show.
I wanted to talk about death today, but
Wow.
that's very depressing, you know.
Let's talk about it.
I like you see, these are the comments.
I said
These
let's
are the
talk
comments.
about
I
it.
just said wow.
Take your comments. When you guys say, I want to talk about Big Sean today, I don't go, oh, of course I'm saying that in my head. I'm working my ass off. I'm like, not again. Not another rapper that I need to listen to. But I don't do that. You guys are just like, oh.
I said let's talk about it.
I also didn't say I said wow.
What does that wow mean?
You can take it in any way you like. Anyways,
Okay,
without
I
further
just
ado, let's
really
talk about death.
wanted to talk about death, and I feel like, yeah, dead people follow me. Well, they don't follow, they don't follow me, but I feel the sense that like their presence are around me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I see them when I'm like at the bus stop. I saw my mom. No, my mom's dead, but I saw my mom. She was passing, but then when I looked again, she wasn't there, you know. And that's stuff that really touches me. That's close to my heart.
So does it scare you, or do you welcome it? Do you?
No, I welcome it.
Okay, what? How do you deal with death?
How do I deal with death?
Yeah.
We're all gonna die. We're one day closer to dying.
Is that how you deal with the prospect?
I
of death?
never die.
Yeah.
Are you a soul as well?
I'm putting an Elon
I
Musk.
truly
Max.
feel like
You
we're
Max.
gonna meet
You Max Axe.
in the future.
We're gonna meet in the future.
Yeah. be it through reincarnation or through like a younger sibling or heaven.
Do you think you reincarnate as another human?
Yeah,
Oh,
could.
so you're not into the animal thing or the living being thing, a tree?
No. You see, the thing is with animals and humans, those are two separate things. Those are
Not really.
very different.
No, not really.
An animal doesn't have hate. Does animal have hate?
But we can't definitively say yes and no.
No. Don't go according to because they eat each other and
No, I
chain
mean,
type of-
basically, remember, we look at things from our perspective. Arrogance to claim we're the most intelligent beings, yet there are things that animals can do we can't. We claim to be so intelligent. If we get in underwater, for example, we can't hear shit. Whales are out here sending sonar fucking things underwater, but we're gonna say they're dumber than us. But they can communicate underwater. They can. So we're looking at things from our perspective.
And also, how I think you can measure hate in some ways. Like, it's not easy, but I mean, you could say an alpha, like 2 alpha lions in a pack. There are 2 alpha lions in a pack. One nigga could be like, I'm so sick of this nigga. I wish you just get the fuck out of here. He's messing with my bitches. I'm gonna get this nigga out of here. And that's how alpha males leave the pack. There can only be 1 alpha in a pack. That could be hate. That could be measured as hate, quantified as hate, whichever way you want to say it. So you don't know. These things could actually feel hate. We just don't know. We can't know for sure.
Yeah,
That's one thing we need to fucking accept as humans, that we don't know everything. We understand from our frame of reference, and that's it.
I do think we underrate animals a lot.
A lot, bro. A lot.
Their intelligence, especially.
They're intelligent. They're extremely merciful or merciless.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, if you step on Bella's toe, she's gonna be sad for a couple seconds, and she's gonna love you again right after that. She just has all that grace about them. But humans, say something offensive to a human, he's gonna carry that with him for the entire day.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Liam Neeson, man.
He's like, I wish it went away.
He's gonna walk around Ireland looking for the black person.
Yeah.
But so you see dead people, can they interact with you?
Yes, in my dreams.
In your dreams? And what do they say?
We just have a conversation and we talk like nice people. You know? Like I normally would.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Okay. People that you know who are dead, or people that are
people that I know. Yeah, no, I don't go around seeing other dead people that are not related to me. Like that would be a bit too much.
Do they talk about like the events of their death to you?
Like this one time I had a dream with my mom and she was like, I need a rest. Then she laid on the bed and she was like, I can't stay long because Jesus is going to come and look for me. Him and his angels. She's like, okay, I'm going to go now. And then she faded away.
People be bunking heaven. That's crazy.
So lift the mood. But thank you for sharing that. I think that was an important conversation.
Jesus thought you being Liam Neeson looking for your mom. If it's white Jesus, Jesus wants the black person. It's being Liam Neeson. You know.
Alright.
Did you like that meme I sent you of Michael Jackson? He's like, I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah, I did. I like that. I laughed really hard. I laughed really hard. That was a good meme. Police.
Oh, good, man. I send my friends memes. It's funny.
You're a great friend, man. Guys, can we talk about something that's not death?
Alright.
But thank you, then. It was important.
Yeah, that was a good topic, man. I think we need to talk more in depth about how people handle death.
I think the most
like
important.
the grieving process and things.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think the most important conversations are the most uncomfortable conversations. Conversations that people don't have, and that's why it gets kind of lost through the cracks. I think
Can I
those
ask you
are
another
important
question?
conversations. Yeah.
If your partner soiled the bed, what would you do?
My partner sold the bed
Yeah.
at this age.
At
an advanced age.
this age, right now. Tonight you go home, you've got a person, you've been in a relationship with them for a while, and they crap the bed. Just like that, just poo everywhere. What are you doing?
I thought you said soiled the bed as like they died.
No, they just pooped in the bed. Like, they just lost control during their sleep and bam, or they're sick, maybe they had flu and it was really bad. And so, are you gonna take care of them? Are you gonna shame them? You're like, what's wrong with you at this big age? What is your move?
Dude, I'd never make my partner feel bad about something like that. Best believe I'm gonna make jokes about it, like throughout our relationship, probably for the rest of her life. But I'd never make her feel bad. I wouldn't make her purposely feel bad about that. That's like, it's a mistake. It's not something that she does every day. I can't hold it against her for life.
Yeah.
But if she's continuously crapping the bed, there's nothing I can do. I have to leave you, dude. Or we just can't live together. Or you live in the other bedroom. If you're crapping the bed every night, I can't do it. I just can't do that. How are you dealing with that, bro?
I think that it's just that one occasion.
Yeah.
I mean, I help you clean up, I take care.
I know, okay, that's nothing. I'm not helping you clean it up.
You're all like sick. Like I said, they got a bit of a flu, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll help you for that night.
I'll sleep on the couch until that shit's cleaned up.
But yeah, I wouldn't like shame them or leave them or anything.
Nah, I wouldn't, no.
I would make the occasional joke every now and again. It's like, hey, remember that shitty situation? And then, that's it.
I once shat on myself, bro, at an advanced age, bro. I think I was about 6, I must have been 15 or 16, bro. And I had food poisoning, dude. I
Oh
had food
shit,
poisoning.
that's crazy.
And if you think about it, like, okay, me and my sister had food poisoning literally a day after each other. I walked into the doctor's office smelling like shit. I had already soiled myself on the way to the doctor's office, dude.
Oh shit.
Don't you think how easy it could have been for my mother to disown me at that point, bro? But since she knows that this is my son and I love him, I can't leave him in his time of need, bro. Like, think about it like that. That's what I think, dude. You're laughing now. I'm being open with you guys now, and you guys are laughing. And this is the last time I share any personal details of my life. Fuck you niggas, bro.
Was the doctor like?
You get help though.
I got the help I needed, dude.
Yeah, that's good.
I got the help I needed. But
I once had food
I couldn't
poisoning,
stop crapping, bro.
but I had my diarrhea at home. So like I ate at the place. Then when I got home, I was like, I don't feel so good. And I spent like literally 8 hours of that night just making trips to the bathroom. It's terrible.
That's the worst, bro.
And you can feel yourself losing weight.
It literally feels like that, dude.
You just get dehydrated and
It feels like you're losing your life. That's actually what it feels like. When you've taken... Dude, sometimes because when you've had that, like, and you keep going to the toilet and your body's flushing out the waste, right?
yeah.
Until there's no more waste to flush out, you're just sitting on the toilet.
Bro, it's
And your
the
stomach keeps telling you that there's more on the way, but there's nothing, bro. That's the worst shit, bro. That feels like you're really losing your life, bro. It feels like your soul is leaving your body.
Death by diarrhea.
Death by
And
diarrhea.
I feel people get cholera and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, cholera.
What did you do, Zandy? You cleaning the bed? You breaking up? What's happening?
I'm helping him clean the bed. Shame.
But yet you laughed so hard.
Yeah, obviously.
That's
I
dead,
laugh
bro.
afterwards. But I'll help you clean. With gloves on.
As you told me.
And a face mask.
A face mask.
Jenny Wilkes told me a very funny story that happened in his workplace. There was someone who shot themselves.
Oh, at work. That's wild.
So he was like, the guy basically crapped himself, right? He went to the bathrooms and everything. So he dials up one of his co-workers. And it's like, this guy is the worst person to call in the office. But that guy called him anyway. So he goes to the bathroom, finds out what's happened. And the guy gives him money. He's like, please just go like to town, like somewhere in town, buy me a pair of new pants. So before the guy makes the trip to buy the new pants, he comes to the office where Dirty Works is and he's like, everybody, this guy just He tells the whole office, he's like, guess what?
Shit.
Oh man! Everybody's Rookie's back here taking a shit. That is wild, bro. Oh. What was your immediate reaction, bro?
You know I
You
love
got
that.
Dude, I swear to God, if I were to hear that in the workspace environment, I'd look around to make sure if everybody heard what I just heard, dude. That's not something you hear every day, bro.
That's the fact that you call this person like, I can trust them. Don't tell anyone, just go get new pants.
Bro.
And he goes straight first thing he does is tell the whole office.
Did he at least buy the dude's pants, bro?
Yeah.
He's a great friend, bro.
It's so funny. I hear the office running joke for like at least a year.
That's nasty, bro. That is nasty. Nasty times.
You guys got any more topics or any more things on the docket?
Hold on, man. Alright. Okay. ASAP Rocky update. He might be serving 6 to 10 months. Did you see that?
But I saw Donald Trump's tweet last night.
What did he say?
Donald Trump. Let me pull up the tweet. Actually, man.
Yeah.
That
I know
tweet.
he said it was a double entendre.
Yeah, Donald Trump was spitting bars, man.
Double entendre.
Where's this thing? Ah.
You fuck with ASAP Rocky?
No.
Okay, but anyway, I can't find it.
Alright.
So Donald Trump basically tweeted, ASAP Rocky is coming home, right? Then he made a thing, he was like, yeah, it was really rocky for Rocky. He better come home ASAP, ASAP. ASAP Rocky. Then people made the memes and like edited a picture of Donald Trump with waves and AirPods like this, how Trump thought he looked when he tweeted this.
Oh, man.
He definitely felt like he was black when he tweeted that.
Oh,
He
definitely.
thought he was a rapper.
He felt one with the community for sure.
And I feel for ASAP though, because Trump is gonna hold this again over him.
What could he probably, like, what could Trump possibly want from ASAP?
No, but my thing is that every rapper or hip hop person, barring Kanye, has distanced themselves from the White House and Trump. So now here is ASAP, who, whether he wanted it or not, Donald Trump has given him a helping hand, and it's public knowledge. And it's like, what does he do now? He can't just come out and be like, oh, fuck this nigga, man, I don't want his help. No, he knows he wants to get out of jail. So
He hates the fact that it had to come through.
Yeah. So
POTUS.
now he's Donald Trump's in to the hip hop community.
Damn, dude. So this is for votes, obviously. Trump is doing this for the black vote.
Yeah.
I'd say. Ted, do you know what the situation is? Okay.
Listen to episode 30. No, is it 28? 28.
28.
Episode 28. And I know I catalog so well these days.
Bro,
I told you I was learning how to when you guys start speaking about rappers.
but this is not a rap issue. This is a black issue.
Yeah.
It's a cultural issue.
Black.
Yeah, and it's global news whether people like rap or not.
So that's what happened, man. ASAP.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's free or if he's getting charged. We don't know.
Well, the trial is going on right now. Apparently, this past week, the trial was going on. They were going through the tapes. I watched the tapes. I finally found the full-length video of that thing. They were talking to the bouncer. Apparently, that guy hit the other guy with his earphones. The Swedish kid hit the bouncer with his earphones. So the bouncer was like, dude, just stay back. I don't want any problems. ASAP Rocky comes like, dude, we don't want to go to jail. Please just leave us alone. And he said this for about 3.5 minutes, dude. Until ASAP Rocky just lost his crap, dude. Threw this kid so far, dude.
Yeah, I
He
saw
threw
him.
him. Yes. He,
That was pretty strong for
it's
ASAP.
crazy, bro. I thought ASAP was just a skinny nigga, but yeah. He threw that guy. And then I saw after that he threw like 2 or 3 punches after that until the bouncer broke it up. But yeah, let's pray for ASAP once again. 6 to 10 months is the possible
I
punishment.
never said there's Swedish jails. I mean, East there's just jails look nice. Look
Yeah,
like dorm
they
rooms.
say so, but then he said
He's in a
he's in a place with like feces and stuff.
Maybe they put him in the bad maximum prison.
So I heard yesterday, I don't know who it was that told me, but G-Eazy also got locked up in Sweden
Yeah.
a couple years ago, or a couple months ago. But they let him out, and G-Eazy personally admitted the fact that he's white, he got out. And ASAP's situation, it's not the case.
White privilege is so nice.
I know, man, but
still need to
How do you
watch
feel
that.
about that? Because it's very emotional.
I didn't finish it. It was too much.
It's only 4 episodes.
Yeah, but I didn't watch
I
it.
need to see that, man, but Caesar won't give me his Netflix account.
I don't even own a Netflix account. I'm freeloading too, bro.
Why don't you give me the login, bro? Let us all watch when they see us.
Yeah, because I'm on Netflix all the time. You'll never get a chance to log in.
Sunday, you can give me the login to your Netflix.
What's in it for me, bro?
That I get to watch when they see us.
For me, what's in it for me?
Not let you drive the next episode from start to end.
Mm.
You can talk about death, you can talk about souls, you can talk about dead souls.
Can't talk about the world exploding.
You can talk, yeah, about the world burning.
Mm.
You can talk about whatever you want. Just give me the Netflix login. Let me watch when they see us.
Okay.
Alright. Are South Africans xenophobic?
Yes.
We are.
I one day dream of an Africa without borders. I know it's not going to be possible.
In Africa without borders. I think that'll create more problems than we
That's
have.
the thing. I know it's not possible because of things like human trafficking going on and
Right.
shit, but I wish it could be. If we could just be like America, North America is just fucking America plus Mexico and Canada. If we
Yeah.
could be on some shit like that in Africa, that would be amazing.
But there's still borders there, man. I feel like America hates everything south of their border even more now than ever because of Trump.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
A united Africa. At
United.
least an African currency. Just one standard
One,
thing.
yeah, one standard. I agree, dude. Because we have all the fucking resources that we could ever ask for in one place, dude.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing tweets where someone's like, I got 20K, and it's like Nairas. and then we convert it and it's like 500 rands.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
this tweet of my time, man. Your broke ass.
I saw that joke, bro. What do they call the Zimbabwean 50 Cent? 400 million. I finished myself. That was pretty funny. But I was asking because what were those riots about in Joburg CBD? What was that about?
I actually do you know what's weird? I turned on the news on the TV
Right.
2 days ago, and I just saw it like Joburg CBD put people rioting against the
Yeah.
police. And I log on to the socials and I see, oh, it's foreigners apparently.
That's what I got as well.
And then I'm like, why are the foreigners rioting against the police? Like, what even started this? I don't know what's going on. But all I know now is that a lot of South African people are saying they need to get out of our country. They don't want foreigners in the CBD anymore.
So this is the Donald Trump effect, I like to call it, bro. All the people that came here seeking opportunity, a better life, they're now getting kicked out as well. Why are the foreigners rioting? What is it that they want?
I don't know.
Because a lot of them, I can bet, are not in the country legally.
I know that there is a project supposedly going on to fix the city, the inner city,
Right.
where they're like going to these dilapidated buildings, you know, getting people out of them, fixing stuff. So I think maybe they were trying to do that in the CBD where the foreign people were.
Right.
Maybe that's something that might have happened, and those people did not take kindly to it.
Bro, they're speaking as if they've got the option, but like, they're here as guests. I know it sounds like shit to say it like that, but if you're a foreigner in South Africa, you're here as a guest. You don't have the same rights to everything
Yeah.
in some ways. I know that sounds pretty, that was disgusting. But this is your man's, bro. This is your man's.
I'm sorry, for context, we've got a TV on in the background and I'm watching Fernando Torres during his Chelsea time. And
Isn't this one where he missed open goals as well?
and boy, did this man suck against that Chelsea. Continue.
Nah, I said what I said, man. I said what I said. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion because South Africans don't really want to admit that they're racists
Yeah, we are xenophobic.
or xenophobic
I
or
said
whatever.
on the other episode where we have a tendency to not even believe we are African. We
Very
believe
true.
we're something else.
We feel like we're
How so?
South African people talk of Africa like we're not on the
not on
continent.
the continent, yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. We have this tendency to believe we're not even part of Africa, like we're something else. It's a weird thing.
It's a weird thing, but I said there might be a reason for that, and I don't think it's justified. But the reason is because we don't have the same. You know, everywhere else in Africa they've got a lot of their own tribes. Here we've got a mixture of everything, like Indians, whites, Dutch, and then all of our own cultures, like on top of that. So I think we feel like we're not African because we've been so diluted by all the other cultures that are in our country.
It's a possibility, yeah.
And we've got one of the stronger economies. Even though it's weak, it's a bit stronger. So we feel like we're better than the rest.
We're the Beyonce of Africa.
Yeah. Who would be the Michelle?
I think the Michelle is probably like South Sudan or some shit.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Those like really war-torn, you know, I am the captain now. You run your ship. That's crazy. Those countries are pirates, real ass pirates.
Real ass pirates, bro.
It's wild.
Real
You
ass
can go
pirates.
there as a tourist and get kidnapped. Like that won't happen to you in SA most likely. Most likely. Could, but it's a possibility up there in other parts of Africa. If you
Yeah.
go there as a tourist, you are going to get a bag over your head and ransom is being asked for you.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Who are some of your favorite actors? I saw that post on Twitter when we were rating
yes.
those different niggas. I want to know who your favorite actors / actresses are. Let's start with actors.
Actors, I like Leo DiCaprio.
You're just gonna name all of them that I like. So
I like Leo.
like this
I
together.
respect Tom Hanks. That's why I brought him into that post.
Yeah.
The post had Johnny Depp, Leo, Samuel L. Jackson,
And
and
Denzel.
Denzel. I brought in Tom Hanks because I feel like he's done a lot of roles
Very
Right
different
on.
from each
that
other.
are so different that require so much skill.
Mm.
I feel like it's underrated. So I like Tom Hanks, Leo, you know, all the usual, Samuel L. Jackson.
You know who often gets overlooked in that conversation for some reason is Will Smith, and he's probably one of the most talented individuals on the planet. I think Will Smith, Jamie Foxx are guys that we tend to leave out a lot.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is really talented.
You just skip over Will Smith like that. You're part of the problem, right? You're part of the problem. Yeah. I have to look at Will Smith's catalog of movies and the different roles that he's played. I'm like, this guy's done everything. Right? He's been the funny guy, he's been the emotional guy, he's been the action star, he's done everything. Right?
Will Smith is good.
So, Zandy,
I
where?
like Johnny Depp. You see?
I didn't say
You
nothing.
see?
I didn't
Do
say
you
nothing.
see, people? Do you see
I didn't say nothing. I
what's
just
going on
sat
in
down.
this podcast? It's
Okay,
gonna
who else
be
do
a
you like?
day where I'm gonna be upset, and I'm just gonna get up and walk away. I'm telling you.
I'm
Because
upset.
everything I say comes with the side, and I am pissed.
Let's put it on a check.
Anyway,
I'm
Okay, who
upset.
else do you like? I'm sorry, Zandy.
no, I'm not gonna accept that apology. Not today. We try again tomorrow. I like Johnny Depp.
Me too. I'm always arguing. Since the beginning, man.
Dude, she argues with me.
Since the
very
I wanna
one-sided.
slap you. Like, it's just been. You two have just been water and oil. Like, doesn't add
Who
up.
else do I like? Ooh, I like that Zach Galifianakis or something like
Is that
that.
like Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the hangover guy.
Fine.
Fat Jesus, yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what else I like? That dude, man. Matthew McConaughey.
I like Matthew McConaughey as
Matthew
well.
McConaughey is pretty cool.
He's
In
fun.
that car advert. So, I'm driving Acura or something. they mocked it on South Park as well.
He always looks high, dude. That's another thing. He always looks and sounds.
You know who I hate? Owen Wilson.
Wow. Why do you hate him so much,
I
right?
just don't think.
You don't think he's funny?
Yeah.
I think he's got good
I don't
comedy.
think Owen Wilson's that funny.
I think he's kind of funny. Jim Carrey, you guys fuck with Jim Carrey? Because
Jim Carrey.
dude, I love that guy. I
I
recently,
I like who he's become
outside of the entertainment industry.
now these last few years, telling people that that shit is Hollywood is terrible.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I love that Jim Carrey, the woke Jim Carrey.
Yeah, woke Jim Carrey, he's crazy.
Yeah. Well, so from the females you guys got,
For the females,
people always talk so highly about Meryl Streep. I don't fuck with her like that.
I haven't watched enough of her movies.
Yeah, same.
Is that the granny with the blonde hair?
The Devil Wears Prada chick.
From the
she's
females,
okay.
She's
I like Scarlett Johansson. She plays a white woman of color really well.
She's my crush. I love that woman. Dude.
Who else do I like?
Who's that?
She's Gotta Have It. Please go watch it.
I also like Nia
That
Long.
pretty girl from She's Gotta Have It.
Oh yeah, yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
I fuck with Nia Long.
Nia Long, she's good.
Also, Jada. Jada's good.
Jada's just fire, bro. Let's talk about it. She's not a great actress per se. She's a good actress.
No.
But she's just fire. That's why we like her, even at this advanced age.
And who else do? I think Taraji. I fuck with
Taraji is a brilliant actress.
Taraji and the nigga man, Hustle and Flow.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
Terrence, he gets overlooked a lot. He's a great actor. Do you fuck with Empire though? You watch
I
it?
fuck with Empire.
A lot of people don't like it. Yeah, after Power
We
came
went
out.
into the 5th season, man. I fuck with
Yeah,
Empire.
same.
You fuck with Power?
I'm so far behind. I just like I skipped
Guys,
2 or 3
you
seasons.
guys are just gonna overlook Charlize.
Charlize.
Charlize Theron. The one.
I mean, she's good. I mean, homegirl representing. But whatever,
Shout
bro.
out to Paris.
Is she from Paris?
I don't know if she's
I know she's from Benoni, dude.
Oh, shout out to Benoni.
Yeah, she's from Benoni. Yeah, thanks for that, Dirty Works. Like, let's represent for our
Rihanna. You rate Rihanna's acting?
I do.
Yeah.
She acts.
She acts. She's
Yeah.
okay. She needs to play a main role. I need to see her in a as the star of the thing.
You know what, like, that new comedian chick, not new to comedy, but she's getting all the big roles now. She was in Night School with Kevin.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
I love Tiffany Haddish movies.
She's
I like
hilarious.
her.
bro.
She's funny, bro.
Yeah. How do you think these guys like make the transition from stand up to acting? Like, cause stand up is so
I
different.
think it's just through your management and your agents. Because all comedians end up on movies and shows
Yeah.
at some point. So I think if you are really great at being funny, then it will translate onto the movies. Because you help out with the script writing as well.
That's true. Cause you're a writer now.
I think anyone that can write can end up in movies. Like Ice Cube, he translated his rapping
That was a hell of a
versus
rebrand.
to movie scripting and things for Friday and all those type of things.
That was a hell of a rebrand, bro. Like that really, to see him be this hardcore gangster rap guy to being his goofy ass character on Friday, like that was a rebrand of note, bro.
I don't know what else to talk about, man. I'm ready to sign out.
I'm ready to sign out as well.
You got anything else to say?
Nothing's on your mind.
No, I don't.
Do you feel like working things out with Caesar?
Not today.
Alright, so that's episode 32. He's
Shit, I thought this was 33.
I call the police.
Fuck the police.
So yeah, episode 32 of your girlfriend's favorite podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us if you love us. Tell us if you don't. Either way, we will still love you because we are very loving people. So shout outs to Ips. She's not here, of course. Shout outs to Addie. Shout outs to the Moyos, to the Zondos, to not Zondo commission Zondos. So yeah. Jerry was rolling his eyes.
Shout out to Dirty
Like he
Works.
wasn't zooming in on some behinds. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, man.
Yeah, so it's episode 32. We love you guys. Peace, light, and positivity.
What did I want to say?
You just give us episode.
Oh. Gang gang. Skirt skirt.
Okay,